there, beautiful people, and welcome to another edition of Just Trending News. So for today's episode, we're speaking everything that's related to this Tshwane man who was caught in a stolen car, okay? So a married couple from Tshwane have been arrested after the husband, reported to have died in a house fire last year, was caught driving a stolen car. Now the police are working to establish who was buried in his place. Usbusiso Mahlangu and his wife, Lerato from Soshanguve, have been charged with murder, defeating the ends of justice, and fraud. Authorities have not yet confirmed whose body was buried in Mahlangu's place. Efforts to exhume the body are underway, with the police making the necessary applications, okay? So, however, the body is reported to be Ulerato's ex-boyfriend's body, a 32-year-old Sibusiso Sithebe, who is the father of her daughter, okay? So, apparently the charred body was found wearing a ring that belongs to Mahlangu. The case bears similarities to that, obviously, of convicted rapist and murderer Thabo Bester, who was also said to have burnt in his cell at the Mangaung Correctional Center in May last year, okay? So, according to Usitebe's sister, Lina Sithebe was supposed to, Lina Sithebe was reported on the 1st of January 2022 as missing after he and his new girlfriend has celebrated their child's birthday party. Lina said the girlfriend notified the family after Sithebe did not return from a job in Hammanskraal. The family opened a missing persons case. She said they enlisted the help of a relative who worked for a cell phone provider to trace her brother's phone. He managed to track Sibusiso's call log and found out who called him last. Lina said she called that number and Ulerato answered. I told her Sibusiso had not been home in 2 days and we were worried and asked if she had seen or heard from him, but she said no. Lerato said she and Sibusiso had spoken or last spoken at the end of October or the beginning of November. She said Lerato then told her that the news of Sthebe's disappearance was stressing her because she had also just lost her husband. She said she was sitting on a mattress grieving her husband who had died in a fire in their RDP house on the 1st of January 2022. I started feeling pity for her and was thinking, you just lost your husband and the father of your child is missing, said Ulina. I was sad, confused, and worried. When I got into the taxi daily, I'd ask people about my brother, show them pictures, and hope that one of them would have seen him, but nothing, okay? So last week, more than a year since Sitebe's disappearance, police called the family with an update. Lina went to the police station where the investigating officer told her, I think I know where your brother is. He pulled a file with Usibusiso's pictures. The first page was a burnt house, and the second page was a picture of my brother who was burnt from the waist up. I was taken aback and started crying. I couldn't believe it. That was my brother's body. I could not believe someone had done that to him, said Lina, crying, okay? So News 24 said that they understand that Mahlangu was arrested when he was found driving a VW Polo that had been reported stolen in Hammanskraal. A source who spoke on condition of anonymity said Mahlangu did not want police to take his fingerprints. Police asked why, and he said he was a dead man and that the system would detect that, said the source. Spokesperson for the Gauteng National Prosecuting Authority, Ulumka Mahajana, said Mahlangu's ruse was discovered and the husband was arrested. That was when everything came to light, she said. What happened is that the husband allegedly killed the deceased at their RDP house and thereafter burnt the house with the body of the deceased inside. The wife falsely claimed that the burned dead body was that of her husband and registered his death at Home Affairs and got a fake death certificate, whereas she knew that her husband was alive and buried the wrong person knowingly. She also claimed for money from policies. They were arrested and remanded in custody pending further investigations. And wow, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as if about Dr. Nandipha, about Dr. Nandipha, there are a lot of them just roaming around in the streets. How do you kill the father of your child or have someone allegedly kill the father of your child and then claim that that was your husband who allegedly died in the house fire in your RDP house and proceed to bury that man, file for a death certificate, and also claim from policies? This is absolutely shocking. The extent to which we women go to protect, and I say this in air quotes, the people that we love or the people we're in love with, whether it be your husband or whatever the case may be, is absolutely appalling. To do all of this, to risk, losing your freedom as well, because if you're caught, of course you're going to prison, of course you're going going to get arrested, and also to just kill the father of your child. Now your child has to potentially grow up with no parents because you killed your baby daddy. Your husband is going in the can or in prison, for killing someone, driving a stolen car, and various other charges that he might have. And you are also going to go to prison for that, for being an accomplice and for also committing fraud. This is just absolutely insane. And yeah, we just need to do better as the female population. Just use your brain and not your heart when it comes to certain things. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next upload.